welcome back, everyone, to the Dead Film Critics Society. I'm here with Aiden from GBD Reviews. As always, I'm Daniel from Reviewing. Today, we're going to react to the PGA nominations for the Producers Guild of America nominations. These are ones for animation, feature, and Best Picture. Which are often, most of them line up with the Oscars, so this is going to be very telling of what will get nominated for the Oscars. So let's get into talking about it. So let's start with animated feature. We have The Croods: A New Age, Onward, Over the Moon, Soul, and Wolfwalkers.
Okay, I think we all know which one's going to win this one.
Out of those, I think we're pretty clear. Soul is very likely to win.
It's the favorite. It's going to win Best Animated Feature as well from the Academy Awards. Like, it's unstoppable. I think it's one of the best Pixar films in a while, to be honest. I mean, I was very impressed by that film. I know you were too.
Yeah, definitely. It was one of the best. It was very funny. Maybe my favorite, if you classify it as a comedy, maybe my favorite comedy of the last year. As far as the other nominations go, this is all what I expect. This is the lineup I expect to get nominated for Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. So, it definitely lines up with my expectations. Nothing much to say, too much to say. For Producers Guild, we have, theatrical motion picture. We have Borat's subsequent movie film, Judas and the Black Messiah, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of Chicago 7. So
why is Borat in there?
Borat is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 films here. Borat's here for some reason. Pretty surprising. I don't know why it's here. Most people don't consider it an actual competition. No one thinks it's actually going to nominate for Best Picture. It's very unlikely for that to happen. I don't know. Maybe the producers go just like Sacha Baron Cohen or one of these other producers, and the film was solid for sure.
Like Green Book a couple of years ago snuck in, even though it was pretty surface level racism discussion. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if something like this got in.
Yeah, but Green Book won Best Picture, so Borat is a lot different than Green Book, I'd say for sure. It's a comedy, it's a satire, but comedy satires aren't the kind of things that would normally get into Best Picture, and I don't think it'll get into Best Picture. What's missing here is obviously Soul. Soul didn't get a nomination for theatrical. I don't know if it's separating these categories, but Soul doesn't look like it's probably going to get a nomination based on this. Two other big films that are missing here are The Father and News of the World. Those are two films that were both expected to be having pretty good chance to get nominated for Best Picture, and neither are here in this list of 10. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I think one of those films could have got it instead of Borat. To be honest, I mean, I like Borat subsequent movie film, but it just wasn't as good as the first one.
Yeah, thing is, for Best Picture, there's probably only going to be 9, I'd assume. Borat, I'm pretty sure will not be one of those 9. It could be any of the remaining 9. So the two that I'm most interested in are Judas and the Black Messiah and Sound of Metal. Getting this nomination is very good for Sound of Metal because that means it definitely has a chance to get a Best Picture nomination. It looks like it's probably going to get actor and supporting actor nominations, maybe even a screenplay or even an editing one. So if it gets all those nominations, I can definitely see it getting a Best Picture nomination. The Father apparently had screening issues, which is apparently one of the reasons it wasn't here. I would expect that to get in based on the number of nominations I expected to get. I expected to get editing, adapted screenplay, supporting actress, and actor. And then at that point, I don't know how you don't nominate it. So I think it's between Sound of Metal and Judas and the Black Messiah. I think News of the World is going to definitely have a tougher time getting in now, not getting this nomination. I find that, especially since there wasn't anything specifically saying that they had screener issues. But yeah, this reaffirms the things that we believe to be locks, or at least I believe to be locks. Trial of Chicago 7 is definitely a lock. No, My Land was obviously a lock. It's pretty close to a lock for the win at this point. Promising Young Woman seems locked. One Night in Miami seems locked. Minari seems locked. Mank seems pretty locked, and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. So I think pretty much everything that's on this list except Sound of Metal and Juice and Black Messiah is pretty locked overall. I would be very surprised if any of those films missed out. So I think out of those 7, 2 more films would take it between Sound of Metal, News of the World, Juice and the Black Messiah, and The Father.
I gotta say, a lot of these lists are copy and pasted of each other, essentially. I mean, like, we keep seeing the same films over and over again.
It's crazy, I mean, man. That's kind of the nature of it. It's like, kind of...
Yeah, no.
Like, you know, they're
sometimes
trying to award...
it does get a little bit tedious, though.
Yeah, I guess. There's obviously a repetition, but this is also a good indication as to what will be nominated for the Oscar, and, like, usually the PGAs, they've apparently got, like, 87.5% of the nominations correct. Over the past decade. So, I don't know, definitely could see that here. I'll quickly mention some of the television ones. For Best Drama, they nominated Better Call Saul, Bridgerton, The Crown, The Mandalorian, and Ozark. Seemed like the pretty standard list overall. Bridgerton, I think, is the biggest. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's...
I love Shonda Rhimes, but I gotta say, I mean, I don't know about this show, man. It just seems like a lot of sex and ethnically diverse characters in Victorian England. I don't understand what the point of it is. Like, what's it even about? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I really don't get it, to be honest.
Okay, so I'm starting to see a little bit of a trend here, actually, because I'm thinking. So I'm looking at the nominations for best outstanding producer of a limited series television, and a big thing that's not there is Small Axe. Small Axe wasn't even nominated out of the nominations for limited series. Yeah, which is making me think the 2 movies that weren't nominated for best for PGA for best picture are both British films. Both The Father and News of the World are made by British producers. Even though Paul Greengrass obviously has made American films before, it makes me think that maybe The Father didn't get in because none of the producers were PGA members. That's maybe a stretch, but I'm thinking that might be the case. I don't know.
Well, it's certainly possible. I don't really know any other theories about this, so it certainly could be true. You never know. Yeah.
I don't know. Other than that, it's nothing too surprising. It's going to be a toss-up for me now, I think, as far as what I think, because I don't think 10 Things will get nominated for Best Picture. That's pretty unlikely. If I had to go with, as I said, I think there's 4 things, and there's like 4 movies that have a good chance, and there's 2 slots. Everything else I really expect to not get snubbed. Out of those 2, I think Sound of Metal and The Father will probably get the nominations. I think Juice and the Black Messiah, despite having a lot of momentum for Daniel Kaluuya, I could see the film not getting a good amount of nominations because there's not a lot of places that could get nominations other than the supporting actor one. There's not a lot of hype for any other categories except maybe cinematography. That's the only one I think it has a chance. If it gets that, then it has a better chance. But and then maybe a screenplay nomination to have to beat out Sound of Metal. But I really couldn't see both of them getting the nomination because I feel like if you can't really nominate one of them if one of them doesn't get screenplay. Even though you could give Juice and the Black Messiah screenplay and then maybe still say that you can give Sound of Metal the nomination for having editing, supporting actor, but they didn't do that with something like I, Tonya. That had acting. It won supporting actress, had a best actress nomination and had a best editing nomination. Still didn't get nominated for best picture. So I could definitely see that kind of situation with Juice and the Black Messiah. So that's why I'm kind of thinking Sound of Metal and The Father are going to be my picks. And then I guess 10th I'd put Juice and the Black Messiah. Maybe, I don't know, that could be naive because News of the World has gotten a lot of other nominations elsewhere. So that could definitely happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I had to pick what I want out of those 4, I've only seen 2 of them. I've only seen Juice and the Black Messiah and Sound of Metal, so I'd want those 2. I haven't seen News of the World or The Father.
No, I haven't. The Father's good. Either.
But I don't think it's even got a main release, and that might be part of the problem why it didn't get nominated here because it didn't get proper screeners out and no one could see it.
Yeah, but then again, Nomadland has not been released to the general public yet. And
it has in America. It has in America.
It has?
Yeah, in America.
Lucky bastards, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'll make sure to double check for how you can go see Nomadland.
Yeah, man, I really want to see that, man. I hate that we're basically second rate market. Why don't they just release it at the same time everywhere? Like, I still don't get
because
that.
I mean, America is the larger market. It makes some sense, and it's
Yeah, but just
associated with.
release it worldwide on the same day. Goddamn. We have
Yeah, the thing is,
collectively the rest of the
it was
world.
sold to Hulu, which is only an American company, and
Oh
so they
yeah, that's
recently.
right. I
I have
forgot
no
about
idea
that.
what's happening with the international rights for it. I don't know if it's like
Fucking Hulu.
yeah,
God.
Hulu. Even though it's owned by Disney, it's not coming to Disney Star Plus, which is like the Hulu of Canada and Britain and a couple other places. So I don't know what happened with that. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much been all for our PGA nominations. We still got more reactions coming out for the BAFTAs and the DGAs tomorrow. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of editing and good amount of videos being put out soon. But hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for subscribing. Make sure to go check out @GBD Reviews. Make sure to subscribe to my channel @Reviewing, and make sure to subscribe to this channel, whatever channel you're watching it on. So we'll see you guys next time, and we'll be there Oscar morning, and maybe we'll see pretty much what we have there, except if Borat gets nominated for Best Picture. That would be very wild. Don't think it'll happen.
That would be wild.
Be
that might
wild.
just. I'd probably be a bit upset, but well.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. See ya.
Bye bye.